like to, as is customary, I would like to begin Bershus Gemara da Asra, the Shliach, Rabbi Shem Tov. I would like to ask Mechila, the Rabbi Shem Tov actually gave more attention to myself. I think the main focus of today should actually be, forget about little mini me, should be about Yonoson Perry, not about mini me. I'm big enough and I get a lot of attention, and he makes me famous. He needs the fame today. So today it's all about Yonoson Perry. Okay, and you see I still do it in Hebrew and Yiddish like all the Torah boys. Rabbi Shem Tov mentioned that, first of all, do you have a Rabbi Shem Tov mentioned that I still remember, it brings back great memories. You could tell me about what year it was. I think it was 35 years ago.
No, 29 years.
29 years ago, myself and Nachum Mangel. Nachum Mangel, who's a shliach in the myself and Nachum Mangel. He's a shliach now in
Cincinnati. Pittsburgh.
No. Nachum Mangel is a shliach in
Boston.
Close. Columbus, not near Columbus. Dayton, Ohio. There he is. Nachum Mangel is a shliach in Dayton, Ohio. We spent here some time on Sukkot, and I still remember the heat of Sukkot. I still remember walking. I think the Chabad house, I think the shul was further away. I still remember the heat, walking from shul, and we were schwitzing coming home, and it was an experience that we really, and Baruch Hashem, both of us, myself and Nachum Mangel, grew up to both be on shlichus. He's in Dayton, Ohio, and I am in Minnesota. Both are Baruch Hashem happily married, and both are Baruch Hashem Zaydis. And maybe it's your credit. We were very happy to see how a shliach lives in Arizona, and we said we want to do the same. But again, it's not about me. It's not about us. It is about Yonoson Perry. We're here to celebrate a siyum. Now, how do you celebrate a siyum, a completion? You know that when it comes to Simchas Torah, the celebration of a siyum is not so much the finish, it is the beginning. We finish the reading of the Torah, and right away we start the beginning, Bereshis bara Elikim. We start, and actually, if Rabbi Shem Tov shared with you how it was in 770, the Rebbe's Aliyah was not the last Aliyah. The Rebbe had the honor to get the first Aliyah of the new cycle, Bereshis. There was never an end in the Rebbe's book. You never finish. You're always starting fresh. So I'll tell you with Yonoson, you think he finished? He's learning the next, and he's doing two things right now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I see him every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9:30. By me, it is 11 o'clock in the morning. At him, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes at my time, my weather, I'm sitting in freezing cold, snow, ice. He warms me up because I see the sun behind him. I'll tell you now, I even see sometimes the dog walking behind him. I see all that. It warms me up. I'm freezing and he's sitting there, and that's what it is. That's how we mingle. But you don't finish. In Yiddishkeit, it's the beginning. The Rebbe always taught us there is no siyum, it is the haskalah. When you do make a celebration of a siyum, if you saw the text at a siyum, there's a certain text that you celebrate and you read. You say, part of the text you say, Anu amelim, v'heim amelim. Outside in the street, you'll see different people toil, they work hard. Many people work hard to make a living. and we work hard to make a living, and we work hard to learn Torah. But there's a big difference. When we work hard, anu amelim umekablim schar. We work hard and we get reward for what we work hard. And heim amelim ve'eno mekablim schar. They work hard and they don't get reward. What does that mean? Sure, nobody's working for free. I have never bumped into anybody to work and for no money. So the explanation is, in Yiddishkeit, there is a beautiful interpretation for Rabbi Zusha from Anapoli. Rabbi Zusha from Anapoli says there is a pasuk that we say in davening. Jismach leiv mivakshe Hashem. Only in Yiddishkeit, even one who's on the process of searching for Hashem, he's still searching. He's mivakshe Hashem. He's looking, he's thirsty, he's trying to become closer. He's happy. Somebody who is studying or working in any other form of business, until he reaches his goal, he's not happy. There is no schar, there is no money, you don't feel good until you reach your goal. In Yiddishkeit, as you're progressing, even the amela, even the toiling, while you're toiling in Torah, you feel good. So anu amelim, even while you're toiling in the Torah, you know you're never going to reach it. It's a tip in the bucket. This, I'm not going to rip it up. But this is a tip in the bucket. But mekablim schar. You feel good. You get schar. You know there's much more to learn. But there is schar to it. And it's just the beginning. There's a siyum, but it's a siyum, a small siyum. We're just going to start much more. On the way here, obviously, Rabbi Shem Tov knew my father, Olam Shalom. My father was a yekker. How do you say a yekker in English?
German.
A German Jew. He was very punctual. So for me to come late, it's pasnish. It's not proper for me to come late. But what happened was I was on the plane, and my luck, they said the flaps of the wings, the pilot said weren't going up, so because the flaps weren't going up, they can't take the chance of taking off. Better be safe than sorry. So, lately we always read the signs, and the signs say, see something, say something. That's the sign that we're accustomed to see now. See something, say something. What's that lesson to us in life? Hashgacha pratis. Hashgacha pratis means everything that you hear, everything that you see is a lesson in life. What is this all about? See something. See something. All right, it's a fundraiser. He needs more money for the bill. See something, say something. What does it mean? The flaps are not going up. He doesn't want to let me go up. Should I give up? Believe you me, I don't feel comfortable sitting in a big guy like me doesn't feel comfortable sitting in a seat with a bunch of crying babies, leaving a cold city of Minnesota, all running away to come to hot Florida, hot Arizona. Everybody's crying. I would like to go back home. And secondly, I had an excuse. I called Rabbi Shem Tov. Should we cancel it? What? Give up is very easy. What's the lesson in life? Giving up is very easy. So, that is the nisyonis, that is the trials, the tests that Hashem tests us every single time. So I want to share with you a discussion that there is in the Medrash. The Medrash says that there was a discussion amongst many of the greatest Tanoim. The Chumash, we have many beautiful psukim, many mitzvahs. Which of the mitzvahs is the most important mitzvah? Now, I see a very intelligent crowd here. He'll tell you that even though I have students, Baruch Hashem, in Russia, I have students in Australia, and I have students in Israel, don't you dare fall asleep in the middle of my class because I'll call out on you. So, here is the deal. Which pasuk do you feel is the most important mitzvah in the Torah? Huh? You dare to sit in front of me. The back. Rabbi Shem, who do you want me to pick on? I'm just kidding. Anybody? Yes? Everybody would like to say the Ten Commandments. So one sage says, I am God, your God. Yep. That seems to be the most important pasuk. One opinion. The second opinion says, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. True. All about God. You cannot believe in the Torah. You cannot be a Jew and not have true, genuine belief in Hashem. True. A third opinion says, you know what? This is, by the way, check it up. This is in the Akdam of Ein Yaakov. The third opinion says, V'ahavta l'reyacha kamecha. To love your fellow Jew as yourself, that's the most important pasuk in the Torah. That's interesting. I could see that. But then out of the blue comes, I think it's Rabbi Yochanan. And Rabbi Yochanan says the most shocking pasuk. Esakevas ha'echad tasa ba'boker, v'esakevas ha'echad tasa bein ha'arbayim. That you know that there were sacrifices brought in the Beis HaMikdash? The Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple, that you had to bring sacrifices. How many sacrifices were brought in the Beis HaMikdash? Every day. Rain, snow. You guys don't know what snow looks like. Rain, snow, shine, Sunday, Shabbos, Yom Kippur, every single day. Sacrifices had to be brought. How many? One in the morning, one in the evening. Whatever happens. Stand on your head and spit wooden nickels. You have to bring 2 sacrifices every single day. That's the most important pasuk in the Torah. Now ask yourself, why would that be the most important pasuk in the Torah? So, some commentaries say, if you want to be a real lamdan, a real learned person, you can start saying, the first opinion is dissecting it as a mitzvah of bein adam lamokim, mitzvahs of religion between man and God, Hashem, Shema Yisrael. The other opinion is between man and people. What's sacrifice? Well, let me tell you what it is. The nature of a person is we have ups and downs. Sure, we come to shul. Every single shul has its moments when you have an overpacked crowd. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. You have times when the doors, you can't get in. You get a guest speaker, you get a concert, everybody's coming in. But what happens to Shalosh Shuddis in the middle of the winter? It's empty. Why? Because it's the high moment and the low moment. We're lacking the consistency. The consistency in Yiddishkeit is not there. So this third opinion says, you know what's needed in Yiddishkeit? Consistency. Every single morning you wake up, you got to bring a sacrifice. Dedicate yourself to Hashem. You did it in the morning? Again. You got to do it all over again that evening. Do you know why? Because that Yetzer Hara, that evil inclination that you have, he ain't going to sleep. He ain't going to sleep. He knows how to fight. The famous Pirush, the famous explanation of the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov says that we have to learn how to fight the Yetzer Hara. We have to learn from the Yetzer Hara. May oivai tichak meini, says the Baal Shem Tov. You have to learn how to fight from your enemy. Maybe Donald Trump should learn this. From your enemy, you have to learn how to fight. How wicked the Yetzer Hara fights. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't give up. And the Hayoim Yoim, the Rebbe writes, what we have to learn, what good trades, believe it or not, what good trades we could learn from a ganev, from a thief. How he doesn't give up. He tries once, and he tries a second time. We have to learn how to utilize those good trades in our service to Hashem. So that's what the pasuk is. That's what the pasuk is teaching us. A yid cannot lack that consistency. We can't just be a yid sometimes. It's difficult. The flaps don't go up. The flaps don't go up. But don't give up. It's hard to sit in the seat. You do it. He's a good guy. He shows up every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's why I felt it was important for me to show Hakara Setoid. What is Smicha all about? I'm not here to promote my program, believe it or not, even though I would love to, but that's not what I'm here for. Smicha is learning halacha. Rabbi Shem Tov mentioned halacha has so many different levels. Halacha has levels from the basic level just to know, you have to know how to run a Jewish home. How to be Jewish. What does it mean to wake up in the morning? What does it mean to go to sleep in the evening? What does it mean to be Shabbos? What is the basic Jewish life? And that's Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. He's learning now what does it mean to be a judge. And not everybody could be a judge. But there's so much, we are so lucky. How lucky we are. How rich our Yiddishkeit is. But the most beautiful thing about our Yiddishkeit is the tradition. The tradition. Ezel Chacham Haroya Es HaNoilad. Everything about learning halacha, besides for the fact that we're actually learning to know what to do now, it's more what the future will be. When Hashem says, I'm choosing Avram, why am I choosing last week's Parsha? Why am I choosing Avram? Why do I like Avram Avinu so special? The quality that he found in Avram was because Leman Asher Yitzhava as Bonav as Beisei Achro. I see that not only he cares about himself, but everything about him is all about his kids. He's implementing, he's teaching his children to behave that way. It's not about himself. He's for real. And everything he does is he wants his kids to be that way. La'aseh tzedakah v'chesed. He wants his kids to behave in a way of tzedakah v'chesed. It's all about the next generation. It's all about what's tomorrow. I come from Minnesota. In Minnesota, the head shliach is Rabbi Feller. One of the most famous stories Rabbi Feller keeps on repeating 100 times. I heard it from him 100 times. Is I don't know how many years ago, one of his functions, one of his pu'ulos he once did, is B'nai B'rith had a very big function in Minnesota, and he went and put on tefillin, I think 200-300 children, bar mitzvah boys, gathered together there, and he was so proud. This is going back, I'm sure, 40 years ago. How many years ago was that? You know that story?
Yes, it was in the 1960s. There was a B'nai B'rith Hillel conference.
A B'nai B'rith Hillel conference, and Rabbi Feller, back then, it wasn't like today's day, chick-chack. He put on 400 children, bar mitzvah boys, putting on tefillin with them. He was so proud of himself. And he wrote a letter to the Rebbe, and he says, Rebbe, look what I did. I managed today to go, I worked very hard, and I put on tefillin with 200-300 students. You know what the Rebbe's response was? In Yiddish. Und was wird sein morgen? And what's going to be tomorrow? Beautiful. You did a great job. But what's going to be tomorrow? What's going to be tomorrow? Today is today. There is a very famous saying about amongst Hasidim. The saying amongst Hasidim is, what is the definition of a Hasid? So we have different interpretations. The definition of a Hasid. One definition of a Hasid is a lamplighter. Well, one nice definition I heard that the Rebbe Marash said, a Chassid is, Heint is nicht nechten. You want to know what a Chassid is? Today is not yesterday. Yesterday is over. Today is a new day. Today I start a new day. As today is a new day, tomorrow is a new day. And everything that you do today has to have an effect for tomorrow. We have a pasuk. The pasuk says, everything that we learn is for tomorrow. V'ahavta es Hashem elikecha. You have to have love of Hashem. Say Chazal, our sages teach us, how do you show love in Hashem? Sheyehei shem shemayim misahev al yodcha. When you walk on the street, or you go into the supermarket, whatever you do, your actions have to show, your actions have to scream an act that other people have to say, wow, Shem Shemayim, the sake of heaven, the name of heaven is special. You have to cause an effect on others with your action. So halacha, which incidentally, the word halacha is an acronym, is a Rashi Tevis. Hariyu Lashem Kol Haaretz. It has to permeate in the world. That every act that you do has to cover into the world. Make the world a better place, a more holy place. That tomorrow, the world is not a violent place. The world is more a civilized place. And the world is more holy, a place where Hashem will be willing to dwell there. And this is what people who study halacha know what to do and are willing to accept Hashem in their life. And this is why I want to give a special yashikoyach to Rabbi Yonoson. I want to tell you, I had to push him to do this. I don't like pushing. You can see I'm not a pushy person. Why is everybody laughing? I'm very quiet. I really had to push him to do this. And I want to tell you, he's a very humble person. You know him better than me. And it is a pleasure to learn with him. Really, really is a pleasure to learn with him. He actually, even though he finished it, I have a policy. He finished it about a year and a half ago. My policy is you don't get your certificate until I see there's, if my cheshbon, how do you say my cheshbon? My calculation is if you become a doctor, or if you become a real estate agent, you have to go to continuous studying. So why should a rabbi get a certificate and you don't have to go to continuous studying? Why is a rabbi any less than that? So you don't get the certificate until I see you for real. That's our policy. So you get once you finish learning, I hold on to the certificate until you're for real. So let us all give a round of applause. Yonoson is for real. And now, Rabbi Shem and signed it. I didn't even sign it. See, I didn't even sign it. Rabbi Shach, he was tested by the chief rabbi of Toronto, Rabbi Shachat, who was a senior rabbi. Rabbi Shachat is almost 90 years old. He grilled him for hours and hours and hours. And this is going, how long are we learning together?
2.5 years.
Only 2.5 years? No, we got to start it. Forget it. Okay, so I have to sign a thing, and then the Mora Da'asra, Rabbi Shem Tov will present it with myself. Oh, I have. And if I forgot half of my speech, I just wrote my speech, and I'll continue later, okay? Okay, now is CNN here? Is CNN didn't come yet?
Where's close?
That's CNN? Come in the middle. Okay, we doen het alleen nog normaal. You need a wide angle.